Hey guys, I finally decided to share my thoughts on what to expect with our upcoming Man of Steel. Oh no, okay, let me do that again. I decided to share my thoughts on what the future holds for our Man of Steel. So I guess a lot of you know this by now, or some of you who may not know this by now. As I'm recording this video, and in the next upcoming issue, starting in January, going to kick off the new year. Superman is going to reveal his true identity to the world, where he will say that he is Clark Kent and Superman. I'm like, I would have jumped onto doing a video about this sooner, but I still needed time to process it because for a good while I was like, what the fuck? Like, why are they doing this? Like, why? Now I'm like in the middle, in between that and saying, okay, I'm interested. Now I'm kind of intrigued. Well, more so curious in what direction they were gonna go with this because they're saying, the writers behind, the DC Comics behind Superman are saying that this opens up the door to so many storylines that they have, like cooked up, like after, with starting with him revealing himself to the entire world, and and apparently we're gonna get some surprising reactions from both allies and enemies alike. So I'm curious to see where they go with that. Um, and I remember when I originally was against Superman becoming a father, just stepping into parenthood, and that happened, and I warmed up to that. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's been so many years since Superman's been created, so I guess you gotta get I guess basically take those risks take those risks at some point, you know what I mean? Especially with his true identity alone. um, but at the same time I am really going to miss the hell out of that that element of Superman, like where he would like find some way to play off like what he's doing as Clark Kent when he has to go and turn into Superman and save somebody. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss that about like the like in these stories because that's what I grew up with, like where nobody really knew who he was, like other than his adopted parents and eventually Lois Lane, and they did toy around. I know they did have some issues where people did know who he was, and then that was only temporary. But from what it sounds like here, once this happens, they're not gonna find some way to reverse this or like change it back to them not knowing who he is. So it looks like this will be a permanent change, and I'm like in between what the fuck, and I'm curious to see where they go with this. I mean, like I am still, my mind is still bombarded. I mean, like I can't even be angry with it. I'm just more curious and just like in total shock, like, and I mean, there are some superheroes where they don't need a secret identity, and there's some that do, or that's just who they are, and Superman is like the one above all of them who do have secret identities. And like I said, I'm curious to see where they go with it, and I wonder if they're gonna transition that over to like over into like at least on TV or in future movies, like where they're gonna do that at some point, and also I guess at this point in this same issue, I mean, I stand to be corrected, but I'm also curious of what pushes Superman to make this decision. I mean, like that's gonna put all of his loved ones in danger. Lois and his parents and their child. Well, the child has powers, but basically anybody who's not capable of defending themselves, they're gonna be in danger. But then again, maybe not, because some villains may have different reactions and allies as well. So I'm still processing everything, like I said. And I guess that takes a big chip off his shoulders, especially to the fact that him and Lois have a child together. I mean, like, I didn't really read into it if they were to have him addressed as Clark Kent's son or Superman's son. I don't know. I mean, like, I still have yet to really dive deep into that. I just know that they have a child together, and they named him after Jonathan Kent. So, I mean, that much I do know. And it looks like a little version of Clark Kent, you know? like what? Is this a little clone again? Like, no, but it's actually their love child. So, there's that. They took a much better direction than Bryan Singer did with that whole concept of them having a child together, didn't they? I'd say they did. They certainly did. But yeah, feel free to share your thoughts on this change. Are you? Can you? I mean, are you excited for it to happen? Or are you just really, 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 really angry about it? I'm like, I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked. But yeah, I'm curious to see like what motivates Superman to make this decision and what happens from there. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my video, make sure you thumb up this video and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you click that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I mean, I'm still processing it. It's just like, wow. So I will see you guys in my next video. So until then, later.